Once again I have to fix this one onto my backpack because I had to recharge the camera. Yeah. So yesterday I was cutting the video that I recorded on the lake. So that one went well, but I can sense that I was in a bad mood. All my talking was kind of, like me being in a bad mood. Yeah. Well, it is when I'm not sleeping because of all the projects that I do. Like every other day I finish a video, like for my songs, not the ones that I'm doing right now. This point of view stuff is not like, as work intensive as the other stuff I'm doing. But the other things really take preparation. Yesterday I went outside and I played chess against myself with cucumber and forming pad, what else, gemstone, stuff like that. I was on the one side, the black ones I exchanged for lots of nice and colorful full stuff, and the white ones I exchanged for white stones that I was picking up while walking on here. And then the field wasn't 8 to 8, like 8 squares to 8 squares. It was 7 to 7. And also I was playing I was maybe playing with 7 dices, not with like, dices, these figures you need to play chess. So I didn't go overcrowding the board. So yeah, there is still some board visible. And I did it in the dark outside in front of my house. I needed to have something video-wise that would match the plants, the trees and everything that I had recorded beforehand. Also at night, just to insert this chess play in the end of my video. So the video is called I think it's Gangster, either written with a E, like this vowel. Well, now I'm getting too detailed. Into details. That's my speciality. It's really good at times when you research stuff, because then you go like, oh yeah, so now I got 2 components, let's say, of the liquid you need for the E6 cigarettes, and then you go like, okay, but what's that component made of? Is it really, a solid one substance thing, or is it a compound itself? And then you find, oh, there is artificial glycerin and plant glycerin and doctored glycerin and plant glycerin. And then you get the right for yourself and you really ask the chemists, is this really plant glycerin, like 100 times? Like, life doesn't get easier when you're into details and you really know the questions that you need to ask. No. In the outside, life doesn't get easier. But inside, I know that I've done all the best to ensure that I got the best. Because I did all the research myself, and I have done it extensively. I didn't just hurry it up, because research is interesting to do. So whenever I'm in that flow researching something, then of course after some time it gets boring, and that's when you have answered all the questions. So there is like the questions about, you know, what is it, and then is it artificial, or is it beneficial to me at all, or is it too expensive? I don't need to research because time and energy is a resource as well. Yeah. So the last thing I was researching, like mini researching, was DMT. I was watching videos about DMT and the frequency 105 or 108, differing from depending on the source, hertz. The frequency, you know, hertz, seems to have to do with the pineal gland, and also I was investigating ibogaine, because in Peru you can do these treatments to get freed from any sort of like addiction, like heroin. That's the most prominent one, but also for personal growth, inner growth. So I was kind of in that realm. So it was like this tryptamine and tryptophan I needed to investigate, and then I was investigating on 5-HTP and GABA, you know, for serotonin synthesis. And then later on I went onto the bookmark page, and I didn't really get it at all, not anymore. I forgot all I have learned. So that's why I'm keeping all these pages and then get back to it and make it concrete. Like when I found out what Mediterranean herbs are best for me, making it real, and a concrete case in my life was buying those herbs and then actually finding something I could cook that would taste nice if I put them into it. So now it's like salad, or in the beginning it was lentils. I was just cooking lentils and I put everything healthy in there. And now it's like I'm also taking supplements, like maybe 20 pills a day, different things. So I might add 5-HTP if I'm getting towards winter time and feeling a little depressed, just to enhance the mood. While I know, you know, it's kind of going to be difficult because there isn't that much sunlight, and maybe I'm not sleeping that much, and also I'm not generating any vitamin D, and therefore I'm not generating or producing any melatonin, and therefore I'm sleeping even worse. So to enhance my mood, because if you've got like 140 years of life, you don't want to spend a minute miserable. So I'm just keeping those bookmarks, and then when I make it concrete, winter time, and GABA I already own when I'm buying this 5-HTP, I can then for the very last time study this tryptamine thing, because it's got to do with the DMT thing. When you take DMT, you don't want to have any OA or MAO. So if you have a MAO inhibitor, and that one could be plant-based, could be anything. There is a list, so that one I will have to see what am I mixing here, you know, the topics. So I will start again.